Good morning, student. Again, welcome back, St. Peter Junior College. Today, I want to continue 12th Science students, subject Information Technology, third chapter, Advanced JavaScript. Last time, I completed JavaScript portions as per 11 standards, basic parts of the JavaScript. Now, in this session, I want to complete switch case, for loop statement, and what are the difference between the scripting language. So that is our advanced JavaScript presented by Assistant Professor Bipin PY. This is your textbook that you have to refer. It is in your available in your PDF file. What is the difference between the server-side scripting and client-side scripting? Server-side scripting is used at the backend where the source code is not visible or hidden at the client-side browser. Simply, when you interact with the form, just like login page or feedback form, so we store the data on the server and server said your data successfully sent, your email successfully sent. So that means it is server side response. So server side scripting is at the back end. On the other hand, client side scripting is used at the front end. Just like that, we get the message at the front end, that is which users can see from the browser. So server side scripting is a more secure than client side scripting. In client side, we get the reply from the user only. So we have to write the code in that program. It is user side. So that is difference between the server side and client side. First difference. Second difference, when a server side script is a process, it communicate to the server. Always it interact with the server. Internet we require the server interactivity. If server some have the problem, so we cannot interact directly. As against client side scripting does not need any server interaction. Third, client side scripting language involves language such as HTML5, JavaScript. But in contrast, programming language such as PHP, ASP.NET, these are all server side. So now at present we are using HTML script to do the user side, that means client side scripting. But when we are using server side, that time we have to use the PHP and ASP.NET Ruby or Cold Fusions. So next time, ए बाबा नो इथे आवाज करू नका, जा ना तिकडे मूर्खानो. So fourth, server-side scripting is useful in customizing the web pages and implement the dynamic pages. So in the website, so that means what? Server-side in scripting, we create the pages that is dynamic. It linked to the other page. When you interact like that, when we click on submit button, so interact with the other page and link that page and send that page on the website. So it is linking pages are there, dynamic pages. Conversion. The client side scripts are generally used for validation. So we are using JavaScript for validation purpose. Just like that, you enter your mobile number. If it is not 10 digits, so it is what? Invalid mobile number. That means validation purpose. And effectively minimize the load to the server. So that's why we are using server side and client side. Special software, it is required to execute the server side. Of course, in PHP we require the XAMPP server, supportable Tomcat server or WAMP server to execute your code. Compilation part, interpreting part we have to do with the browser. We require the separate software. But in client side, it does not require. It just requires the web browser as an interface, because it is your interpret part. HTML also interact with interpret with the browsers. All whatever code language in the HTML we are using, same we are using in JavaScript, and that interact with the web browser. Web browser we require, and other special software we don't require. So this is the difference between server-side scripting and Java. We have the syllabus PHP. That time we have to learn the server side, but at present now we have to continue with your JavaScript. In the last session, I completed if loop and if condition statements are over, right? So continue with your next, uh, continue with the next switch case statement. So JavaScript has a built-in multi-way decision statement known as a switch. That means if else if condition is true, show the statement. If condition is false, go to the next condition. If condition is next condition is true, it show the statement. Otherwise, go to the next. Otherwise, it is else. That is the default statement it will show. Same like that here, switch statement test the value of given expression against the list of case values, and when match is found, a block of statement associated with that case is executed. So there should not be duplicative between the cases, and the value for the case must be similar data type. And we have to switch the conditions that is in the similar value as the variable, and then default statement is not mandatory also. Okay, so this is the syntax and the program. It is shown over here. See that now in HTML head title, they show the title JavaScript program, then close the title, close the head, and inside the body they show you the use of switch case. So they give the heading h1 tag script. We declare the script type JavaScript. Here we are declaring the variable where day 6 is equal to 6. So day stores the 6 value. We have switched that day value. That means if day is equal to 6, then it shows you Saturday. If day is equal to 1, so it shows you Monday. So there we are using condition. So switch number, that is we are returning day, curly bracket, condition 1, case 1, that is in day is equal to 1. Then alert, it shows the alert box Monday. Break statement, break the conditions and go to the next condition. So it break the condition is false, it break and go to the next. Next condition is true, so it show that statement alert Tuesday, break, go to the next, Wednesday, break, and lastly, if say all 7 condition is not there, so it shows you default alert invalid day. Okay, so this way we have to use the script. I show you this practical. Okay, now I just copy that statement, then I go on notepad window, I paste the code of that things. See that now I show you that condition, it switch the day case 1, that is the day is equal to 1, the alert box is there, then go on and break, again case 2, alert box, break. This way you have to write that case 3, then alert box, break, case 4, alert, then break, after that case 5, alert, after that break, case 6, alert, Saturday, then again break, case 7, alert, then conditions shown over here, break. If all 7 condition is false, if day is equal to 1, it's not there, is equal to 2 is not there, so it's not equal all 7 values, so it shows you default value, that is default colon. You don't give any condition over here, directly it shows you invalid day number. So I just save that number, save the file, sorry, and I just write switch.html file, click on all files, save it, go on that particular folder, D drive, then after that final, then junior college work, JavaScript file, and switch, just right click on there, open with Google Chrome. Okay, so that is the example. We are getting the output of switch statement. Wait for the browser. Now it shows you output See that now? It shows you Saturday because day values we are written there equal to 6, right? See that now. Day equal to 6. If you are giving there day 4, so again file save, just refresh it. So we are getting Thursday. Okay. If you are written there day is equal to 1, file save and refresh here. So we can get the alert box Monday. That means, and if you are written there wrong value over there, suppose we are written there 10, file save. So we get the message over there invalid date, that is default value it will show you. So it is if else if, same like that we are using switch, but switch statement use the one variable value, one type of value. Cannot show the different type of one type of value. Integer it shows the integer value. If you want to take the string, so you have to use the double invited, that string value inside the case. If you want to use the one character, so you can use the single invited comma. That also we can apply over there. So this is switch statement example. Got it? Is it clear? So next thing, I want to continue. After switch statement, they show you the looping statement. While creating programming logic, some of the statement we want to use repeated, iterate. So iteration means execute that statement or a group of statement uh, for a fixed number of times you want to repeat. So till the condition is satisfied. That time we use the looping statement. So condition should be Boolean condition, and some commonly use the JavaScript looping statement are there given for loop, while loop. Also we can use do while loop. It's not mentioned here, but same like while loop we can use the do while also. For loop and while loop are entry control loop, and do while is a exit control. I explain you all that thing. Don't worry. So any statement you want to repeat, so we can use for loop, while loop, or do while. So first of all, for loop, it executes the statement as long as the condition becomes true, and it controls come out from the loop when the condition becomes false. Conditions are false, so it come out of the statement. So benefit for loop is that only combinedly we can use initialize value, condition value, and iterate. That's why it show you the syntax over there. See that now. Initialization, that means I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1. So one value we can initialize over there. Semicolon. Condition, one condition you applied over there, I less than equal to 10, I less than equal to 20, I greater than equal to 10, like that. Iterate, that means increment value, that is I plus plus. I value increment by 1 or 2 or 3, so we have to write there iterate. I is equal to I plus 1, yeah, I plus plus, yeah, I is equal to I plus 2. That iterate statement we have to use. In between we are using semicolon. So that curly bracket, then we use the statements, and then we close the curly bracket. See the example. Now here in the example, for loop, in the open braces, simple braces, we are using I is equal to 1, semicolon, I less than equal to 5, semicolon, then I plus plus. So that is initialization, semicolon, condition, semicolon, iterate, that is increment value. So in between we are writing one statement, document dot write. We want to display the value. So document dot write ln, new line. Ln means new line. I. So I is value, first time it shows you 1. Second time 2. 2 is less than equal to 5. Condition is true. So that's why it shows the statement again 2, 3. Next time there. So it increment by 1. After one statement it shows it increment by 1. So after 1 it is increment by 1. That means it is 2. It check the condition. Condition is true. That's why it shows the statement. After 2 it shows increment the value 3. 3 is less than equal to 5. Condition is true. It shows the statement. After that increment the value 3 plus 1 4. Then 4 is less than 5. Condition is true. It shows the statement. After that 4 increment by 1. 4 plus 1 5. It shows the statement 5 is less than equal to. Less than, but it is equal to. That's why it is a less than and equal to. That is the operator. Relational operator is there. Less than equal to. It shows you it is equal. It is not less than, but it is equal. That's why it shows the statement. After that increment 6. 5 plus 1 6, but 6 is less than 5. No, that's why conditions false, it comes out of the loop. You come out of that closing curly bracket and go to the next state. So this is way for loop is going on. Iterate the statement again and again. This statement repeated until your condition is satisfied. Got it? Same way we can write the in a decrement statement also. 1 to 5 it shows you. Now 5 to 1. So we write first of one value is I is equal to 5 semicolon, and we write instead of less than equal to, we write greater than equal to 1. That means 5 to 1 and decrement by 1. So that is decrement value, initialization, condition and decrement. So it shows you first 5, after decrement 4, after decrement 3, after decrement 2, after decrement until condition is true. Because 5 greater than 1 true, it shows you. After decrement 4 greater than 1 true, show the shape. 3 greater than 1 true, show the shape. 2 greater than 1, show the shape. 1 greater than 1, show the shape. 0 greater than 1, false, it come out of the loop. Got it? Same way we can use the while loop. This loop, you want to see the example, so I show you that example also. See that now? I use the new notepad window and I write there for loop statement, for loop.html, all files, save it. Now I write here, we are using now for loop, for loop, for loop. So here we are using variable I. Then after that we are using for I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus, and then curly bracket. We write the statement over there. What is the statement? I document dot write ln, in the bracket we show the I semicolon. So I save the program and see the output. Just I go on that for loop, right click. So in between script tag we are using the script statement and it shows the output now here 1 2 3 4 5. If you want to on the next line, is write ln. It is written ln but it doesn't show you, so I use their break plus in the codes we are writing dr tag. File save. I see that now output, refresh. Yeah, now it shows you break 1 after 1 2 3 4 5 out. Got it? Next, same way I show you the repeated statement for loop. Next program for loop 1.html, all files. I use now 5 first, then greater decrement statement greater than equal to 1, and instead of plus plus I use minus minus, file save. Now another program, it is for loop next with the decrement value. They want to show the in descending order 5 to 1. So open with Google Chrome. It shows you 5 4 3 2 1. Got it? A student, see that now code clear? Okay. Now we go to the next. Okay. So now after for loop we have the while loop. So while loop is also used same thing, repeat the statement again and again, but this loop execute statement as long as the condition is true, but it becomes false, it controls come out of the loop. But in here initialize value we have to do first, and inside the while we write the condition. After that we are in the curly bracket we have to write statement and then close the curly bracket. See that now? Example, first initialize the value. It is compulsory where I is equal to 1. We are in here, we require the semicolon. By mistakenly I didn't write over here. So after that we have to write while I less than equal to 5, curly bracket, show the statement. See inside it we have to write the increment value I plus plus or I is equal to I plus 1, and then close the curly. Here is also same thing, initialize I, first upon check 1 is less than equal to 5, Condition is true, it show the statement. After that, it increment by 1. Then increment by 1, that means 2. 2 is less than equal to 5. Again, condition is true, it show the statement. 2. After that, 2 plus 1, 3. 3 is less than equal to 5. Condition is true. Again, show the statement. 3 is 3 plus 1, 4. 4 is less than equal to 5. Condition is true. It show the statement. Again, 4 plus 1, 5. 5 is less than equal to 5. True. Show the statement. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 is less than equal to 5. No. That means condition is false. Then it come out of the loop and it go to the, after closing curly bracket, go to the next step. So this is out. Got it? Yes. I show you this output also. See that now in the notepad window, I save as for loop की जगह I use now while loop dot html, all files, save it. Now I use here variable initialize the value. Instead of for loop, I use while I less than equal to 5. Don't use here semicolon, because when you start the curly bracket, before statement don't use any semicolon. But other statements you have to use the semicolon. Just like that, here we are using semicolon. After the statement you are writing, there we are using semicolon. And after closing curly bracket, don't use. Got it? So same way we use save the part. Again, go to the while loop statement. Right click, open with Google Chrome. Yeah, one problem is there. I did not return their increment value. That is the problem. That's why it is just processing part. I is equal to I plus 1. That is increment value is not that. That's why it has taken a stop. Again, refresh, close it. Now file save again. Right click. Understood? I did not return their increment part. So that means syntax is right. That's why processing part is loading. It shows you. So that is the part. Now it is clear. Sorry, instead of for loop, we have to give the title over there. While. Okay, save the file. Now refresh it. Now you can see the while loop. It shows you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same way as like for loop. Okay. Same way you can use the do while also. If you want to do while, dot html, all files. Only we have to initialize first, and while part you have to lastly you have to write, and here you have to write the do. Here you have to write the do. Then while I less than equal to 5 semicolon. Hello. And then that means it is exit control loop. At first value it shows you directly. After second value it check the conditions, and then it after that it repeat the statement. So save the file. Hello. Yes. So I continue with your do while. Right click, open with Google Chrome. It shows you output. Is that clear? Instead of title while loop, we can use their do while loop. Save the file, refresh it. Now we can see the same output. So we can use that. If you are writing your name also, there are two statements over there. Document dot write, your name is there. This statement also repeat again and again. See that now. See that now. Between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, same statement it will repeat. So this is the way you have to use the loop statement. Now continue with the next looping statement. Now one more program it has given looping statement. See that now program. They create one form over there. Enter number to display table. They use the one text box over here. You enter the number of which table you want, and if you click on the button on event handling, it shows execute the function, that is display function, and inside there we are using for loop. So I show you the output, and also I explain over there. First of all, I just copy, then I go on the notepad window, paste it. See that now, HTML head title, they are given title table. After that, script text slash JavaScript. They use in the heading section functions declaration part. So function they declare display. After that, in the curly bracket they declare variable I and a, and inside the a they stores the value from the text box and form. So they initialize form1 dot t1. That means see that identification of the form name, and then text box name t1. So t1 form1 dot t1 dot value they insert over there, then semicolon is required. After that we are using for loop. You have to make correction that for loop initialize the value 1, semicolon I less than equal to 10, then I plus plus, and there we have to display document dot write a into I. So a into I, that is what is the value of the a over there, and I, so what value if you are written there 5, so 5 into 1, next time it is 5 into 2, next time 5 into 3, 5 into 10. So 5 into 10 is over, 11 is there. So they, if I is not equal less than equal to 10, so it come out of the loop and stop the statement, stop the function and exit. If you write a form, that's why we have to identify that form one, text box one, and button. And on click, see that now on button, we are written there on click, and we call the method function. So we are calling the method, and it execute here when you do the actions on event. Clear? So I save the file. This is a table. Sorry, this is a table file. So table.html, all files, save it. Now I go on that particular folder where I save the file. Just right click on there, open with Google Chrome. Here we are entering the now file table. So just click on the button, show you 5, 10, 20, 20. That is our table of 5. After 50, 11 value comes. So it's just come out of the loop and stop to execute that loop. Got it? And you go to the next step. This way we have to use the for loop. Got it? Clear? And in between looping statement, if you want to break or if you want to continue, so that's why there are two statements we can write. Just like in the switch case we are using break, or in the for loop also we can use the break or continue. You give the condition with the if statement. So that time we are using these two statements. So break statement used to jump out of the loop. Particular loop it is going on the program. So that time we come out of the loop logically. So it is used to make an entry early exits for a loop. Early exits means what? आपका loop खत्म होने से पहले ही बाहर आएंगे. That is called early exits. But when keyword break is encountered inside a loop, control automatically passes to the next statement. So after the loop, right? So that is automatically it will go on the next statement, continue. Sometimes in looping, it may be necessary to skip the statement block and take the control at the beginning. Sometimes we have to just continue that statement again and again. So that time, one of the condition is there and you want to continue show that statement. This time we are using the continue. So how they are using their continue and break, see that now. So I show you the practically. First I copy that statement, go on the notepad, paste. See that now? They use their HTML head title. They show you the prime number program. Here we are using the function display. In heading section, we declare the script and slash script. Inside there, we are writing the scripting statement. Then display variable a and answer we are declare over there. In the A, we are initialize the value from the form. We are using here form1 dot t1 dot value that store it in the A and it convert into integer. That's why we are using here parse int function and convert your form1 text box 1 value. That is form1 dot t1 dot value. It comes from your downside where we identify of the form, identify of the text box. Here by default we are writing the answer value is 1, that is boolean value. 1 means true. Then after that for we are initializing I is equal to 2, I less than a. So we are writing there I2 and I less than a. So I plus plus increment condition is there. If I less than a, so middle a value is I, whatever value is I and that less than a. So we can go find out the remainder a percentage I. That means we find out remainder and remainder is equal to 0. Our answer is 0. That means false. That means false. It is not a prime. Break. Then it go to the continue next. Break. See that now break statement. If condition is false, go to the directly if. If answer is equal to 1, that means answer is false. That means another condition we say the answer is equal to 1. So alert number is prime. Else alert is number is not prime. And then close the form. This way they are checking that number. And after reading close, we are using body tag where we check the numbers. We have to create that design form. So form 1 style we are using their center alignment, text dash align center, then enter your number greater than 1. We are using their one text box and here we are using 2, using one button and we are giving the action here on click display. So display will execute here when you click on it. See the now program again. This is the program of prime number dot html. All files, save it. Now click on the right click on the prime and then open with Google Chrome. We got the design part, form 1, label, text box and button. Heading it shows program to check the number prime is or not. I'm writing there 1, check prime number. Yes, number is prime. I write there 3, number is prime. I write there 11, number is prime. But I write there 12, number is not prime number. Got it? So we get the output. So this way we have to use the break statement. So thank you very much, students. I completed the switch case and looping statement part clear in this session. So thank you for listening carefully. Next time we will continue JavaScript part. Learn online, safe at home, and please learn at home. Thank you.